From Hart High School, Dillon, Zamperin, and Kaylee Tolentino present the Hart to Hart Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Hart to Hart Podcast.
I'm your host, Dillon Zamperin.
And I'm your co-host, Kaylee Tolentino. And today we are joined by Ethan Everts.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good, I think.
We're pretty good.
Yeah. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? Do you have any siblings? Anything at all?
Where do I start? Let's start at the beginning. Once upon a okay. Let's see. Well, I'm a senior at Hart. I've grown up here, I would say. I did move here in 2019. I lived in Mission Viejo before this. Did elementary and part of middle school there, but I would say I'm mostly grown up here. I've got 3 siblings. I'm the oldest. And so, like my parents have given me all the responsibilities of being the oldest.
Yeah.
Like I've been babysitting since for how long? I can't even remember. It's been forever. But just a pretty average guy, I'd say.
All right. When you were a kid, did you have like a dream job or dream goal or something like that?
Actually, I would say I have more of that now than I did as a kid. Like, you ask kids like, what do you want to be?
Yeah. Police officer or something like that.
Yeah, they'll say like, police officer, I want to be a fireman. I had one friend who wanted to be Spider-Man.
Oh.
I was
That's the dream.
that is the dream. That's the dream.
The goal.
Yes. But actually now I think I want to be a musician, like a composer, song artist, musician. That's like my dream job, scoring for movies and that sort of thing, really performing on stage.
So do you plan on studying music in college or following down that path?
Yeah, so that's my immediate pathway that I'm shooting for right now is going to a 4-year university right off the bat, studying probably music composition and theory, and then being in the LA music scene as early as I can, interning different places and trying to bolster up my portfolio.
Did you take the AP music theory class here?
I did, yes, as a freshman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
I took it as a freshman. I don't know how smart that decision was, but I had a lot of fun. I met some people. That was great. And my favorite part of that whole class was the second semester final, actually, because you get to write a whole piece or whatever. You get to arrange a piece, write a piece, but incorporating what you learned throughout the whole year. And so what I really liked was I got to sit down in front of the piano for 10 consecutive class periods and just write a piano piece, and that was really fun.
Wow.
And we recently watched like a thriller short made by writer Boyd in our class, and it said that like you scored it. Did you write that music?
Yeah. So it was funny. Writer texted me one day. He's like, "Hey, can you help me out with something?" I'm sure. And so he says, I need some cello music for my short that I'm doing, my horror short. He said, I can't find good samples of string music that I want. And so I said, yeah, I'll be happy. I'll bring my cello into the studio and we'll record some stuff. So what I did was I sent him some demo reels of what I thought would be good. We talked about it. And what we ended up recording was different variations of pre-planned themes and ideas. And so half of it was like improvised right there and then in the studio. And then half of it was like pre-planned. This is generally what we're going for. That was a fun project to be a part of. And I never had done something like that, but I think I haven't seen it yet. Apparently it's turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's like, yeah.
Have you been like making your own music like that for a while, or like what did it recently just start? Like freshman year?
So I'd say freshman year is probably when I started taking it more seriously. It had been in the back of my mind for a while before that, probably since 7th grade. And I would sit and play, keyboard at home, or I'd practice cello, and then I'd come up with an idea. I'd write it down on paper and then, forget about it. But let's see. Yeah, probably freshman year, I really started to take it more seriously, and I'd develop ideas, I'd enter contests for composition. I don't think I won any of them, but I just wanted to get my name out there, and I talked to mentors, to music teachers about that,
Yeah.
about composition. And I've done some pretty big projects actually since then.
Did you like it was all, I guess, a learning experience, like being able to get your name out there, but also being able to be there, talk to those people and be able to learn from them too. So did you feel like did you have any like main like something that somebody said that really stuck with you at all? Anybody?
Hmm. I mean, yes, definitely. To answer your question, yes. I'm trying to think of like a specific example. Let's see. Well, I highly regard my cello teacher. I've been with him for a good 4 years, and it's like every Thursday, every Wednesday, depending on what my availability is. But once a week, we have an hour-long cello lesson, and he's really pushed me to be a musician that I like, a really developed musician. And he encourages me to do what makes me happiest in music. And, I think that's really important, regardless of who this person is telling you that. But what he said to me specifically is, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's always just really encouraging having him tell me that, one, he likes my music, or other people like my music, and that if I really try and put the effort into it, it can really happen. And I've grown to learn that over the years, and other endeavors too. If you really put yourself towards something and you have an idea and goal, then you're bound to reach it in some way.
So he's seen your growth and really seen like how good you've become, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen a bunch of growth. I mean, I can't tell you, 7th grade me. This was okay. So our first lessons were also online. Can you believe that? Like
Well, 'cause it
online
was all
during
from
that
COVID.
time.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
So I had maybe 1 or 2 lessons with him before the pandemic hit. It was like literally February of 2020, and I was going in there like 2 lessons. Then I spent a year and a half doing lessons with him virtually, which was like really weird because you can't hear each other when you're across town in each other's
Yeah.
like in different houses. So it's like it was super crazy. And then when we got back together, it was a double effort because I had to, one, try to improve just as like I would in a regular lesson setting, and then two, to bypass that almost stunted growth from the pandemic.
Well, back on like music theory, was music theory your favorite class here at Hart, or have you had a different one so far?
I've actually thought about this. I really like music theory, and that was a fun class. But since then, I've had classes where I've laughed a little more, or I've probably put a little more effort into the assignments. I don't know. I really loved AP Lang with Miss Colton. That was a
Yeah.
fun class.
It was a fun. I was also in that class. but
Yes. I was about to say, you and I were also in that class. That was a fun
Yeah.
class, and that class, and she really taught us how to write.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you've had the same experience, but coming out of that class, I'm like 100% more confident in writing and in like college essays or in
Yeah.
whatever, like job applications. Like that is a fundamental skill that I've learned.
Yeah. Even in AP Lit, it seems easier to do the other kind of like analysis, the literary analysis. It just feels so much
Yes.
easier because we learned it, and she did a good job of teaching it, I think. And I'm sure that I know that Kaylee had Miss Mosen
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
I'm sure that she did too, but
Wait, we can't talk
only
to
had
her. We can't talk to her. She's the
I
outcast.
wasn't part of it.
But yeah, Miss Colton. Shout out to Miss Colton. Really inspired. I think for everybody in that class.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
really
that
think
might
so.
just be me, but
No, I mean I've definitely had the same experience.
Yeah. So I know that you also recently joined a Hart TV, one of the Hart TV production classes. Do you plan on using that as well as your music to help you maybe make music videos or something along that path too?
Yes. So the original plan was for me to be in a class with all my friends. And I was like, we'll do video production because then we can be in a class, hopefully be in a class together next semester. But I've since learned that it's actually really valuable, and I've taken it into consideration involving a career and making music for movies, being involved in that sort of movie production scene. And so I think, yes, definitely learning different things about movies and how to make movies, these technical shots, these different things really influences my music writing in that way.
Yeah. Um,
So, are you wanting to go to like a college specifically for music? Because I know you're a senior. So, do you have like any colleges in mind that you want to go, or like stay here more locally?
So that was a big part of the early college planning for me, was deciding where to go, because I knew that I wanted to go to a 4-year university. I had decided that. Next step is to decide where you want to go. And there's really two options involving music. There's like a music conservatory, which is a school for music. You go for whatever kind of music you're studying. Usually it's writing and performing classical music. But then there's different schools around here in Los Angeles that have really good music writing, production, and performance programs. A lot of the UCs have really good stuff. I mean, UCLA is a given.
Yeah.
It's for anything really, but it's like a really top-notch school for music composition and performance.
Yeah.
There are some private schools too that I've been looking at. Like I'll name 3: USC, Chapman, and LMU. Those 3 private schools are really, really good in that they have most 2 of the 3 have more relaxed environments regarding music. USC is, you're going to get competition any which way you look.
yeah.
But Chapman and LMU have more relaxed music scenes, which allows you to develop more at your own pace. Which is it. I've been taking it into consideration, and I've been applying to both. So we'll see where that takes us.
Yeah.
And last question, what is your number one favorite thing about Hart?
About Hart, let's see. I love that we're in such high regard among the other schools, and there's different reasons for that. And one of them is like we have such a big student like network, and we're so connected with each other, and we love being with each other. It's great. We have good teachers. There's good education.
Definitely. Yeah.
We've got good sports.
Mhm.
I mean, talk about flag football. Have they lost a game yet? Did they?
They
Maybe
haven't. We're on a winning streak.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Is like we've got, and they're brand new. We've got a bunch of good sports. We've got good academics. We got good people, and that's what gives us that ranking. Like we're one of the top schools in Southern California, and it's really
Yeah.
something special to be a part of.
Yeah. That's what makes Hart.
Exactly.
Well, that's all that we have for today. So thank you, Ethan, for being
Yeah,
on
thank
the
you
podcast.
so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Of course. Make sure to watch the full episode on the Hart TV YouTube channel.
Or listen in wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Dillon Zamperin.
And I'm Kaylee Tolentino, and we'll catch you on the next episode on the Hart Podcast.